What's that? And what we call this? Anybody? Miss deadline. Correct. So this is our miss deadline. Why miss deadline? Because this unit should execute in the first interval. First interval, which is 0 to 9. But because of task 1 interrupt or the task 2, so it's extend to next interval. We call it miss deadline. Miss deadline. Okay, we continue to execute task 2. 1, 2, and we stop here. Again, task 1 will preempt task 2. Unit will so we execute task 1. Then continue to execute task 2. How many units can execute? Anybody can tell me? How many units? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why 4? Some students will say, oh, okay, here, don't count out. So if we count how many units are task 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why 7? Since the total is 6. Why 7? Because we have this line. The first unit, this one. The first unit should be the first interval. So we count from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This is for task 2. Then interval here at 18. We have two immediate processes, which is task 1 and task 2. Since task 1 has higher priority, we will execute task 1. Then task 2. For unit. Then task 1 will preempt task 2 for 2 units. 1. Then we can do task 2. Task here. 1 unit. Then we continue. What is our miss deadline? Who can tell me where is our miss deadline here? Anybody? Where is our miss deadline? We have one miss deadline. Where is the second miss deadline? 27, correct. 27 till 28. This is our second miss deadline. Because in this interval from 18 to 27, we should execute 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We execute only 5 because task 1 preempt task 2. So the 6th one should be this interval. So this is the rate monotonic. I hope everybody understand. We already explained this too many times. So now we are going to explain EDF. Okay, so ADF, the mechanism here for each time unit, for each ready processes, we execute the process which his deadline closer. So since here we have only period equal deadline. Some example, okay, like here we have capacity, we have deadline and period. From the beginning in the question, they indicate that we have capacity, deadline, and period. So, but in this case, we have only capacity, execution time, and period. In this case, the period equal deadline. So we start from 0, as I said, for each time unit, for each ready process. So at 0, we have 2 ready processes, which is task 1 and task 2. But which one we should execute first? I repeat, for each time unit, for each ready processes, we execute the process which his deadline closer. So which one his deadline closer? Task 1 or task? This is deadline for task 1. This is deadline for task 2. So the task 1 closer, we execute task 1. Task 1. This will come tomorrow in the test, both of this algorithm. So please pay attention. Done, task 1. So we're going to task 2 because 2 unit done. Okay, task 2 for each time unit, for each ready process. So 1 time unit, from 3 also continue, from 4 also continue. At 6 we have new period of task 2. Here we check. Okay, here we check, is the deadline of task 1 closer than deadline of task 2 or no? If yes, we preempt task 2. If no, we continue. So at this unit, ready new process, which is task 1. So we check the deadline from here. The deadline, which one closer? For task 1 or task 2? Task 1, this is the deadline. For task 2, this is the deadline. So task 2 closer. So we continue, execute task 2. 1 unit, 2 unit, 3, 4, still 2 more. Task 2. Okay. So now we go on to execute task 1. So what I said, for each time unit, we add 8 units. For each time unit, for each ready process, at 8, how many ready process? Only task 1, because task 2 done. Task 2 will start a new interval since 9. So at this unit, only task 1. So definitely we execute task 1. Okay, task 1 from 8 to 9. Oh, we have a new interval, or we have a new period for task 2. Here we check at 9, we check the closer deadline. Which one closer deadline? Task 1 or task 2? Task 1. So we continue execute task 1. If the closer task 2, we preempt task 1 and execute task 2. Okay, task 1. Now at 10. How many ready process at time 10? Only one, task 2, because task 1 done. So we execute task 2. 1, 2. Oh, we have a new period of task 1. Here we check where is the closer deadline. For task 1, here. For task 2, here. So same. In this case, we just continue. Nobody will preempt each other. So you continue. Here 2 unit, 3, 4, 5, 6. Task 2. Here at time 16, only one ready process, which is task 1. Task 1. Okay. At 18, also we have two ready process like from 0, which is task 1 and task 2. Each for each time unit, for each ready process, we execute the process which is deadline closer means task 1 because the deadline is here for task 1, but for task 2 at 27. So we execute task 1. Task 1. Then task 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, here new period for task 1. Here we check at 24 which the closer deadline. Still task 2. So we continue. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Task 2. Then the ready process. Only task 1. 1. Oops, we stop here. We check closer deadline. Here 27 plus 9 should be 36. So the closer still task 1. Task 1. Then task 2. Yeah, that's all. I I show you the answer here. Okay, this is the answer. I give you time. Do you need time to write down?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, 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 okay. I give you time. Yes, Ahmed Farhan, do you have a question? Ahmed Farhan, you request to unmute to accept your annotation. Do you have question? Ahmed Farhan. إليه. وين بسمين إليه؟
No sir, I misclick.
Sorry?
I-
misclick. Okay.
Sir, scroll up. Sir.
Yes.
See the
Yes.
question.
Sorry?
I want to see the question. Scroll up.
You want to see the question?
Yeah.
Sure. Here is the question.
Sir.
I cannot hear you well.
Sir.
Scroll down a
Yeah.
bit.
Okay.
All right.
Is it the test will be the same question as this question, sir?
Can.
Good.
Why not? Can.
Okay.
This is from our this question from our tutorial. So
Alright.
here,
Alright, sir.
by two question, you have to draw your timing diagram, and you need to the schedulability test. You remember how to find the schedulability test? You need to find okay, wait, the utilization. Okay, here our utilization should be equal or less than utilization bound. For the RM, rate monotonic, the utilization bound for one process is 100. Two process, if we have two process, 0.82. I think everybody remember, and so on. This is for rate monotonic. For EDF, the utilization bound always equal 1. So in this case, okay, utilization bound of rate monotonic 0.828. But the utilization bound for two process 0.82. So it's more than utilization. It's more than utilization bound. So no guarantee to schedule. But for ADF, 0.828 is less than 1. So the tasks are schedulable. Done? Or you need more time? Done. Okay, done. So we go to next example. Where is our next example? Okay. Here our next example. Here we will schedule only EDF using both period and deadline. So here for so for period we represent like upper row, and for deadline down row. So here our period for each task. For task 1, 20. Task 2, each 5 unit. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 period. And for task 3, we have 2. 0 to 10, 10 to 20. This is for period. Now we need to indicate the deadline. Deadline for task 1, 7. Okay, so we have only one deadline, which is 7. This is our deadline. This is for period. Okay. So here our deadline for task 1. We go to task 2. Go to task 2. Okay, where is our deadline? Please, anybody participate? Our deadline for task 2, 4, correct.
Oh, 4.
Okay. Next deadline.
8.
Who's the smart? Next deadline. 8. Everybody agree?
8.
Huh?
8. 8.
8. I listen. Okay, 8. Everybody agree that 8? Everybody agree? Are you sure? Who's the smart? Who's the smart? No, wrong. Who's the smart? Not 8. No, who's this? Who said that? User, I don't know. So, what is the answer? If not 8. The next deadline. Next deadline. Extra mark. 4, this is for first interval. Okay. Second
9.
interval.
9. 9.
9. Who's that? Your name?
Sharafuddin.
Sharafuddin. Okay. Yeah, correct. 9. We count from 5. The deadline 4, we count from 5, not from 4. Because this new interval of task 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Here, next. Next deadline. 17. What about this? How 17? 14, correct. Next. 19. Okay, last task. 8. So first deadline. This is first period, 0 to 10. The deadline 8. Next deadline 18. Exactly. Okay. When you indicate everything for the period and deadline, to draw your Gantt chart will be much easier. So we start. The mechanism for ADF is for each time unit. Please remember this word every time. For each time unit, for each ready processes, we execute the process which has deadline closer. We start from 0. We have 3 ready processes, 1, 2, 3. Which one closer deadline? T1 at 7, T2 at 4, T3 at 5. So the closer one is task 2, means we execute first task 2. Then we check for each time unit. So task 2. 1 at 1, still same, nothing changed. There's no any new period. Okay, still same. How many unit actually for task 2? Yeah, 2 unit. Done. we execute 2 units for task 2. Okay, for task 2, done. Next, task 1 or task 3? Task 1 or task 3? Task 1 at 7, task 3 at 8. So means we execute task 1. How many units? 3 units. 1, 2, this is deadline, will not affect. We need to check each period. And 3. Okay. Task 1. Super. Now, new period of task 2. Task 1 done. The new so task 1 we have only one period. So task 1 done. No need to check it anymore because we need to execute only 3 units during 20 time unit. So done. Okay, here done. So now we check only task 2 and task 3. At this unit 5, we have 2 ready process, as I said, for each time unit, for each ready processes. So we have 2 ready process, which is task 2 and task 3. We check the closer deadline. At 5, which one closer deadline of task 2 and 3? Task 2 at 9, task 3 at 8. So the closer one is task 3. We execute task 3, need to execute 2 units. 1, 2. Task 3. Okay. At 7, at time unit 7, how many ready process? Please answer. How many ready process? Students? Students, how many ready process at time 7? 2. Okay. Which? 2. Okay, which? Task 2. 2 process or only task 2? Yeah, only task 2. Not 2 processes, only task 2 because task 3 done, task 1 done. So only task 2. We execute task 2, need to execute 2 units. 1 and 2. Okay. So what about 9? 9 to 10? Anybody tell me, please, 9 to 10, what we can execute here? 9 to 10. Task 3. Task 3. Everybody agree?
Yes, yes.
Task 3, yeah? Task 2. Task 3. All wrong. Not, no, no. Okay, Chang, no. Correct, because nothing to execute. This is our idle. This is our idle. If you check the task done, task 1 done, okay? In this period, for task 2, this is for task 2, also done. And this is period from 0 to 10, okay? Or from 0 to 10, this period for task 3, also done. Two unit done. And here 2 unit done. 2 for this period and 2 for this period for the task 2. So here nothing. All tasks have terminated their task. So this is our idle. Nothing to execute from 9 to 10. Okay, we resume at time 10. We have two ready process, which is task 2 and 3. We check the closer deadline. For task 2, this is the deadline, 14. For task 3, this is the deadline, 18. So the closer is task 2, execute task 2, 2 units. Then task 3, also 2 units. 12 to 14. Okay. What about 14 to 15? What we can execute? 14 to 15. Idle. Okay. This is also idle. Okay. At 15, how many ready process to execute? At 15. How many ready process and which one? How many ready process at 15 and which one? One ready process, correct, which is task 2. So we execute task 2. Task 2. Yeah, that's all for this example. Take your time to write down your notes, or if you have any questions. Do you need time? Okay, I'll give you 2-3 minutes. Yeah, this is ADF. This is only ADF. The previous example was rate monotonic and ADF. This is only ADF. Yeah, let me know, please, if you're done to go to next and last example. Okay, 2 students said done. Who need time, please text me. Okay, take your time. Okay, done. So we go to next and last example. So here we have two tasks, task 1 and task 2. Task 1 and task 2. Task 1, wait, please, wait. Yeah, okay. Okay, sorry. That's my son. He likes to help me sometimes. Okay, we have two tasks here, task 1 and task 2. Task 1 need to execute 3 units during 7 time unit, and here 5 units, each 9 time unit. So we need to schedule using both algorithm, rate monotonic, then ADF. So to refresh your mind, what the mechanism here for our rate monotonic, which one we need to execute for rate monotonic, we need to execute the higher priority. Higher priority means less period. This is less period than 7, less than 9. So means task 1 higher priority. We execute task 1 first, 3 units. Okay. This is for task 1. Then we go to task 2. How many unit? 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we stop. New period for task 1. Task 1, since task 1 has higher priority, will preempt task 2. So here we execute only 4 units since we need to execute the total 5. Okay, so new period for task 1. We execute task 1. Task 1 need to execute how many? 3 units. 1, 2, 3. You see here, new period for task 2. But task 2 cannot preempt task 1 because task 2 has lower priority, less priority of task comparing with task 1, so cannot preempt task 1. Task 2 cannot preempt task 1, so we continue. We ignore the new period of task 2. So 3. One. Then we continue with task 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. We stop here because the new period. Okay, where's our missed deadline? Do we have missed deadline and where? Do we have missed deadline? If yes, where? 10 to 11. Great. Why 10 to 11? This is our missed deadline. Because we need to execute 5 units. This is our first period. Okay. We execute only 4. The 5th one here in the new period. So this is our missed deadline. Task 2. Here, new period of task 1, 3 units. 1, 2, 3. Task 1. Then we continue. Task 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Till here. Where's our miss deadline if have? Our miss deadline if have. Yes, correct. No, not 17. Our missed deadline 18 to 19. 17 to 18, this is already in the second period of task 2. This is our missed deadline. Okay, so at 21, we resume to execute task 1, 3 unit. Then task 2. So here, this is missed deadline, should be here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The total 5. Some student will say, oh, here new interval, new period of task 2. So here we execute 1, 2, 3. Here we need to execute only 2 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because the interval 18 to 27, 18 to 27 need to execute 5 units. 1, 18 to 19, 2, 19 to 20, 3, 20 to 21, then 24 to 25, 25 to 26 total. Some students will maybe forget or ignore the second missed deadline, but you should to count it since we have second missed deadline. So we count from here 1, 2, 3, 4, and we should execute 3 units. The total 5. 2 plus 3. So this is for rate monotonic. I give you the more clear. Okay, this one. Okay, take your time to this supposed to be your final exam. No, this is 27, 18. No, this the past one. Okay, when done, please let me know. You prefer this one or this one? Which one you prefer to leave it? That one. Okay. 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 This one, yeah? No, no. Other one. Okay. 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 Yes, yes. This is rate monotonic. This is rate monotonic. Next, we will use the same example for ADF. Here, this deadline first. Everybody done? Who need more time, please text me. Let me know if you need more time. No? Done. Okay. We go to next, okay? Okay. So I repeat for ADF, for each time unit, for each ready process, we execute the process which has deadline closer. So since there is no deadline, it would be equal the period. This is our deadline. This is our deadline. From 0 unit, we have two ready process, which is task 1 and task 2. Which one his its deadline closer? Which one? Task 1 deadline 7, task 2 deadline 9. So the closer one, task 1. So we execute first task 1. How many unit? 3 unit. 1, 2, 3. Task 1. At unit 3, how many ready process? Only one, which is task 2. We execute task 2. Need to execute 5 units. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We stop here because the new period of task 1. We need to double check. At time 7, which one closer deadline? Still task 2 or task 1? Still task 2. So we continue. We execute 5 units. We will continue to execute the last one. Yeah, this is ADF. Yeah, this is ADF. Task 2. Okay. So at time 8, how many ready process? At time 8, how many ready process? 1 or 2? And which one? At time 8. Yeah, correct. 1. Idle. Why idle? Idle. Idle. So idle or not? Yes, no, because there's a new period. You see here, we have a new period of task one. Task one, each 7 unit, we need to execute 3 capacity. So here at 7, we have new period of task one. So here we execute task one, not idle. Okay, so how many units? 3 units. One, we stop at 9 because new period of task 2 to check which one closer deadline. Still task 1 to continue or task 2. Here task 2 and here task 1. So we continue because still task 1 closer deadline. 3 units. Task 1. Okay. At 11, also new period of task 2. Execute task 2. How many units? 5 units. 1, 2, 3. Okay, at 14 we stop to check the closest deadline. Is it still the deadline of task 2 closer than deadline of task 1? Yes. So we continue. 4, 5. Task. Okay. At 16, what we can execute? Which ready? How many ready process and which one? Or idle? 2 process. 2 ready process at 16. 2 ready process. At 16. 2 ready process. And which one? Arif. Arif, please unmute. Unmute. Arif. Yes, Arif.
I think that's one we do three process.
Sorry, I cannot hear you well.
I think that's one. We
You
do
think task 1.
mm,
You think task 1. So at 16,
until 90.
okay. Yeah. Not 2 tasks. Not 2 tasks because task 2 already terminated his task. As you see here, already at 16, only 1 task and not idle to who said idle. Not idle because here new period from 14 new period of task 1. So we can execute only task 1. Okay, task 1, 1. No. This is task 2. So task 1, 3 units. But we stop at 18 to check whether the deadline of task 1 still closer or no. Still closer, yeah. Here the deadline of task 1, here the deadline of task 2. So still closer, we continue. Task. Why no idle? Sometimes have idle. Why not? Now we don't have idle. In this case, we don't have idle. It's depend. You have to check the new period. If ready process all the if ready process to execute, no idle. If no any ready process to execute means idle. That's the idea. So at 19, we check here at 19. How many ready process to execute? We check first. Task 1 terminated his task. Cannot execute. Okay? This is the period of task 1. 14 to 21. 14 to 21. Terminated his task 16 to 19. So cannot execute one more time because need to execute only 3 units each period. What about task 2? Task 2, the period 9 to 18 done and 18 start from 18. So means we can at 19 we can execute task 2. So no idle here in this case. Okay, how many units? 5 units. 1, 2. We stop here to check the deadline. The deadline of task 2 closer, still closer than task 1, so we continue to task 3, 4, 5. Yeah, continue. Okay, so at 24, also we have new period for task 1. So we execute task 1, 3 unit, 1, 2, 3. 1. Yeah, that's the idea here. Do you prefer this or this? This, yeah? Okay. Take your time. Tell me, please, which one you prefer or more easier for you? Please, everyone ask. I need to know which one easier, the rate monotonic or ADF? Okay. Other? Only 2 students answer. This one. This one. Yeah, the majority usually they said this one, ADF. Not more interrupt. ADF, yeah, okay. I don't understand. Habar or Ramai. Oh, Abu Dweke, Baba, wait. Yeah, English, please, English. Okay, let me know, please, when you're done. Okay, done. Done. Okay, done. Yeah, basically, this is the main idea, how to compare between RMS and ADF. Here, to analyze the schedulability, I repeat, you have to find the utilization, the capacity divided by the period, plus the first task. And for the second task, will be our utilization. Utilization for RM should be equal or less than utilization bound. In this case, 0.948, more than utilization bound, 0.828. So in this case, no guarantee to schedule. For the EDF, the utilization bound equal 1. So this, our utilization, less than 1. So can schedule for EDF, but cannot for rate monitoring. Yeah, that's all for today. I hope you will prepare well for your test tomorrow. Test using ULearn. Any questions? You are welcome. Any question? Other students? No questions? Okay, since we are using teaching online, if you don't have any question now, maybe later, you can WhatsApp me. If not in our group, you can. Wait, I am with. Okay, I am with. If not in our group, you can text me personally to my number if you have any questions. Everything include. Everything, as I said, from the beginning until now, everything include. Yes, everything include. But I can say that frame size, there's no question for frame size tomorrow. Aboud, there's no question for frame size, don't worry. But everything include. Everything include from the beginning until today. Okay, regarding the scheduling, focus more on this two type of algorithm, which RMS and ADF for the scheduling. Other question, it's subjective theory. You are welcome. So, no questions? Ramadan Kareem to all. Okay, dear students, good luck tomorrow in your test. By the way, I forgot to tell you the teaching plan. I will modify a bit, and I will upload the latest one. Yeah. Yeah, you too. Stay at home. Okay. So see you tomorrow. Good luck, everybody. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.